Good morning. It's the 11th day of May 2024. So far, so good. We're going all right. I'm very cautious when my YouTube video is going well. That something has to be about to happen. That was the old way of looking at life. When you're going well, that's the time you'll get the whack. So we're being careful about that. And I'm having trouble uploading videos. I don't know whether I have too many on, or YouTube is warning me I can only put up one a day or something, but I'm getting them up by degrees. Sometimes it takes a while. In any event, this here is about marketing idiots. Now, one of the things that happens to me all the time I do an awful lot of self-repair, repair for other people, and I need certain tools, and I really don't know till I get to a certain point of the project what I will need. And there's some things like tractor parts and machinery parts that you can't bring in the part and put it in a drill press or put it in a lathe or put it in anything like that. It has to be worked on in the field in most cases. And I try to invent ways to clamp the drills or whatever onto the axle using mild steel and do it as if it was a machine. But in any event, I always have to buy stuff. And if I can buy stuff in Ireland, in the Republic, and if not on the island of Ireland, I will. Why? Well, you have no messing with customs. You have no customs declarations with the Brexit and all that. So if you can get it here, even though it's a little bit more expensive, sometimes you get ripped off, but not too often. I go for that. I only want bits. It's more important to me to get the right thing than anything else. Now, when you go online to some Irish companies, some companies in Northern Ireland, and I get a lot of flack for calling it Northern Ireland, that's what it is to me. We'll have a separate video on that. Or in the United Kingdom, generally in Scotland, Wales, or England, when I go online, I find terrible trouble finding out and getting descriptions of what I need. The same applies to eBay, Amazon, and everything. These people need to employ somebody with a bit of experience to describe stuff right. God be good to my late father. He was working as an auto electrician in a big company, and he was keeping all the lorries right, and he was also in charge of ordering all the materials from the travellers going around. And it worked very well, and he had his inventory forms and all, and he retired. He just retired, and he took it easy, and he wasn't gone 2 weeks when one of the company officials came out to know would he come back 1 day a week. Now, at that time, Thursday was the day that the commercial travellers came, and so he was asked to go in on Thursday. What happened was, when they got him away, they loaded up the sheds with old bolts that nobody wanted, with old equipment nobody wanted. The stuff that was needed in the workshops was not what was being delivered. Once he was missing, they saw the opportunity to load the place full of useless junk. In the hospital services in Ireland, in the army services, in the customs, in the navy, and in the Garda Síochána, in the Office of Public Works, there are big companies run by usually Irish people who are subscribers to Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil usually, and they can produce books of the most magnificence, and they sell the same amount every year. The local staff write out what they need. We need so many diaries, we need so many this, and if that all went through, you'd only have 1/4 of the stationery delivered to these institutions that is normally delivered. When they fill out the form, like this, when they fill out the form and put all the stuff they need on it, it's ripped up like that, and a big lorry is sent out, and every military barracks, every hospital, every border works, office of border works, every Garda station, I could go on, is loaded full of books costing up to €200, with lovely leather on them and all, and they're stored away, and if you went into the room in the place, you couldn't get into it. Eventually, quietly, some winter's day, they're taken out and incinerated. all at our taxpayer expense, so that the companies who are subscribing to the politicians can make a stack of money on waste. Okay, that's what happens. Now, the thing about it is that when you want something, I wanted a particular type of reamer. I wanted to secretly adapt a machine reamer. This is a thing for widening out a hole. And I wanted that, and I wanted to make a bit of equipment using my electric drill for it and an adaptation. But when I go online to the suppliers of these things, when I go online to the suppliers of nuts and bolts, supplier of taps and dies in Ireland, the first thing you get is a glorious website with no telephone number. With no telephone number. Just credit that. See that? No number. So you go in and you see Racky Dacky Limited, Athlone Road, Mullingar, County Westmeath. I'm making this up, of course. If suppliers of reamers, great selection, great value, and I don't give a damn how much it costs. Oh, we have the cheapest around. I don't want cheap junk. I want good quality stuff. Okay. The next thing is we're open so many days and no phone number. So if you want to ring up to see have the 7/16 reamer, you can't get the phone number. You have to often spend a whole hour looking for the phone number. What is wrong with the managers and constructors of these websites that they can't give the first thing you need when you go online is to get the bloomin' number? What's the telephone number? 047 8346212. Is that rocket science? Is it rocket science? And many of them don't even give a simple sales email address. The whole lot's convoluted, all mixed up. It's no wonder there is such ignorance going on in the world. Not a bit of wonder, because this is the height of ignorance. If I was selling farm fresh eggs here, free range eggs, and had my hens running around, first thing I would do, I'd put the name of the place where it was, free range eggs from Rhode Island Red Hens, call to so-and-so, air code so-and-so, telephone number, whatever it is. What is wrong with them? They can't do that. Moreover, you have eBay and you have Amazon, and when you go to buy tools, they're not properly described. There may be a pilot on a reamer. That's a thing that goes in front to keep it guided, and you mightn't get that detail. They mightn't tell you whether it's removable, whether you can make a different one or not. Or they'll sell you the tap, excellent 8mm tap for to thread a hole, but they won't tell you what the thread on the tap is. Isn't that unbelievable stuff? I come across it every couple of days. Now, so my policy is I buy in Ireland. If not, I buy on the island of Ireland. If not, I buy in the UK. Why the UK? Because the UK is the simplest, easiest market, right? Unfortunately now, if it's a small item, you're into blooming out customs declarations and everything else. And very often I have to send a sample, which is an old Warden thing. And when it goes over, there has to be a customs declaration. So this is a bit of a nuisance. Now, if it's something costing €150, I don't mind. The other thing is they roar and bawl about next day delivery, next day delivery. Now, for some companies, that may be a big thing. I don't give a damn. Some of the stuff I'm buying, I could wait a week for it. Now, the stuff that I need urgently to do jobs is all standard. So you're talking about metric nuts and bolts. So everything's built for that now. All tractors and all that have metric systems on them. And you can get most of that to buy locally, and I do. And incidentally, it's amazing, all these farm centres that are selling equipment and machinery and all that, nearly 60% of them are women. It's amazing how the women got into all this, not complaining about it. The one thing I would like to do is get training them. And I feel that an awful lot of staff in centres like farm centres and machinery centres, they shun a bit of knowledge, and they should listen to people to get an idea of what is what, the various trades and all of that. In any event, I'll leave that at that. Keep it under 10 minutes. Surely to God, Surely, if you're making a website to sell your product, a phone number is number one, and number two is an email address. Why is it not done? Why is it kept secret? Good luck. We'll see you back for something else. Thumbs up or thumbs down. 10 minutes. Goodbye.